Aloha today, cretins. It's your friendly neighborhood space dwarf, Main Motar, and I am back like a booty crack with a double feature reaction. Today we have on the chopping block Slaughterhouse and Mousetrap. And I have a few things to say about these. How could two bad movies be two polar opposites on the same spectrum? One is a bad movie, one is a good bad movie. And we will talk about this now. Starting off with the bad movie. Mousetrap was abysmal. This watch was painful. I watch tons of crappy movies, and this one I struggled to find anything positive to say about other than it looks like they used a good camera, and that's about it. The execution of this story, this paper thin plot, was terrible. The movie was lacking any kind of interesting anything, and the premise was, alright, I'll explain it to you right now, and I'll spoil it, because nobody should watch this crap. It is a terrible movie. It is, oh my god, it's boring, it's badly, like, oh my god, there's pacing, there's like one pace, and that pace is boring. Boring is the pace of this movie. The dialogue is absolutely atrocious. And here's the story. Alright, so, I guess the manager of this, like, arcade, like, party place, like, he has, like, some Steamboat Willie, like, collectible, like, videos or film or whatever it was. I'm not really sure. I was already checked out, and the movie was... I was already checked out within the opening credit, the opening intro, like, before it even gets to, you know, the movie itself. It has, like, this, like, a Star Wars, like, text crawl about how Disney didn't have anything to do with this, and I guess it's supposed to be funny, and whatever. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, this already looks stupid. But I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I was already checked out. I was like, this is going to be absolutely horrible, isn't it? And horrible in a way that I did not expect. It was like just watching people that I don't know talk about bullshit, and I'm not involved in the conversation. Basically, this guy spills some beer on like a wire, and like it electrocutes his TV or film. I don't remember exactly what happened, but the spirit or demon of Steamboat Willie possesses the guy, and then he puts on a mask and goes around killing people in the most uncreative and flatly shot ways possible. It was terrible. Terrible. All the characters are horrible. They're unlikable, uninteresting, unremarkable. All the dialogue seems like everybody is talking off screen to each other. Like it's like nobody's in the same room, even when they are. It's just, oh God, it's just painful to watch. Like I'm listening to it, I'm like, wait a minute, they're in an arcade. Who the hell did the sound design for this? Because they're in an arcade, and the ambient sounds of the arcade are turned so low, and the audio of the people speaking is so loud and crisp. It sounds weird. It sounds like everything is ADR, and I don't know if it is. I honestly don't know if it is or not, or if it's just the way they mixed it. I don't know, but there should be ambient sounds, which there are none. Every so often you'll get a little like music sting here and there to like add, I guess, atmosphere, which there's none. There's none. The story is absolutely terrible. It's these people that work at like an arcade. It's one they're throwing a party for this one girl that works there, and then this guy that got possessed by Steamboat Willie starts killing people. Every action scene looks like crap, and there's really nothing interesting or remarkable going on in this entire story. This thing seems like it has the lowest budget. The entire budget of this thing went into the camera. Anyway, nobody should watch this. It's a piece of crap. Yeah, it looks like they were just trying to get this out quick. Like once the rights to Steamboat Willie, like the copyright, like, you know, went to public domain, they just slapped this bullshit together and made a terrible ass movie. So, don't watch this. Mousetrap is absolute garbage. I mean, if you really want to watch it, it's really like watching people at like Dave and Buster's who you don't know talk to each other. It's so badly like, oh god, like acted. The acting is bad to almost passable, but the dialogue is cringy and weird and everything. Everybody feels like they're not talking to each other. They don't feel like they're in the same room even when they are. And that's very weird. Like, if you want to watch it just to experience that weird feeling, I mean, it's strange. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that. So, this was a bad movie, and nobody should watch this. It is terrible. It is a waste of time. I actually turned it off several times before getting to I think I got to the end of it. I might have fell asleep. It doesn't even matter, because we're moving on. Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is, in my opinion, it is a great movie. I very much enjoyed it. I didn't see any trailers or anything that would really give me an idea what this was other than a killer sloth. But I didn't know what it was going to look like. I thought it was going to be cheap and crappy. I thought it was going to be Mousetrap. I thought it was going to look like that, look and feel like that. I was totally wrong. This movie was a real movie. It was shot well. It was paced well, scripted well. The sound design was great. The puppeteering was great on the sloth. The acting, did I say the acting already? The acting was great. The comedy was good. Some of the jokes were a little corny, but for the most part, everything was good. It was a real movie. It was a ridiculous premise that was executed seriously. And that is something that I could definitely get behind. I definitely enjoyed it. So, what is Slaughterhouse about? Besides being a ridiculous premise about a killer sloth, basically, the sloth is plucked from the rainforests of South America and becomes the mascot of a sorority. Carnage ensues. That's basically it. I mean, there's some Mean Girls things, there's people, the girls in the sorority are running against each other for the president of the sorority, and then this one girl adopted the sloth, and then everybody wants to vote for her because they like the sloth, and then the sloths start killing everyone, and it gets ridiculous. It gets cartoony, it gets ridiculous, and it is beautiful. I love it. I'm a fan of small creatures killing things, so Chucky and gremlins and critters and ghoulies and more recently Frankie Frico and and all the Puppet Master stuff. So I love small creatures that kill stuff. It was great, and the puppeteering of the sloth was great, and the sloth was very cute. It wasn't as creepy looking as some real sloths. It was actually very cute. It gets ridiculous, and suspension of disbelief. Yeah, you need to this is not real world physics we're working with here. It gets ridiculous, and it gets more and more ridiculous as the movie goes on, and I loved it. I loved every second of this movie. It was a real movie, it was fun, and it's PG-13. I had no idea. I was wondering why there wasn't any nudity, because usually movies with sororities and slashers usually have, gratuitous nudity, which I'm actually not much of a fan of. I feel like it I can't say cheapens the movie, but if it's in there just to be in there because the movie has nothing else going on, I find it to be annoying. But otherwise, I don't really care. But I'm just saying, I was surprised there wasn't. And there were kills. There were on-screen kills. There's blood. And some of the stuff is pretty creative. But I didn't realize it was PG-13 until until after I watched it and I looked it up. I was like, oh, wait. This was PG-13. I was like, they did a lot with what they had. And I think it did a good job. It could have been bloodier, obviously, if it was rated R. But no, I think they did a great job with what it was. This was a lot of fun. Slaughterhouse was a lot of fun. And I do recommend it. If you like sloths, or you like small killers, or you like animals that kill people, or any such thing like that, yeah, I recommend Slaughterhouse. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, I had no idea what it was going in, so I was shocked when I realized it was a real movie. And I guess for right now, that's gonna wrap it up. This was a nice little double reaction for these double feature review reaction, whatever it is. Yeah, hopefully, maybe I'll do some more of these in the future. I've been dealing with some medical stuff, so I was kind of like lacking on it. But I think I'm back in proper functioning order. So here's your friendly neighborhood space dork, Main Motar, saying good night and peace. And as always, smooches, baby.